morning. Grace and peace to you from God our Father and Lord Jesus Christ. Philippians 1:2. This is Brian, and I'm here again with the morning devotion. I'm going to talk about a subject that has been a lot of controversy, and in some cases has been done very well by the church, and other times it's been done very badly, and that's about conflict resolution. So we're going to open up with a well-known passage, Matthew 18:15 through 18, and I'll be reading out the NIV. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. If they listen to you, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take one or two others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church, and if they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. Sorry, that's in 17. Again, like I said, I've seen where the churches handled it very well, and there's been brought not just resolution, but reconciliation and restoration out of love and a deepening in relationship with Jesus Christ and the church and with the community. And I've also seen where the church has really abused that area. And so hopefully we can be more the people that are God's people and be fruitful in this area of being true ministers of reconciliation, as Paul says. So, like anything, we need to define what is conflict. My wife and I like to use Gary Smalley's definition, and that is conflict is defined as a difference of opinion, idea, or expectation. Again, a difference of opinion, idea, or expectation. We can start with something simple. Let's say that we were going to get together and have a cookout this Saturday. It's the 4th of July weekend. And I say, hey, let's meet at 4. And, here we are, today's Tuesday. And then Saturday comes and goes, and then you're wondering, or I'm wondering, well, weren't you going to call me, or was I going to call you? Was it going to be potluck, or was somebody supplying all the food? So we can see right there how that could cause a conflict with 2 people or 2 families or anything along that line. 4 divorce patterns that Gary Smalley talks about is withdrawal avoidance, escalation, invalidation, and negative interpretation. Withdrawal avoidance, that's the person or persons that takes the time out but never has the time in. In other words, they'll leave. If they can get out of there, they're gone. If they can't do it physically, mentally they check out. That was my go-to for many decades. And of course it hurt and crippled relationships. Not because maybe other people weren't trying to, but because Brian didn't have the skills. Escalation, that's the person that will get loud, that will get in your face. And the escalator, what they're trying to do is to get you or me to back off. So they may physically posture themselves, again, usually getting loud. Sometimes escalations can get nasty, up to physical abuse, but that's rare. And then invalidation is just what it says, to invalidate the person, to devalue, so put downs, sarcasms, that kind of thing. And then negative interpretation is no matter what you or I do, they always find something wrong. The glass is always half empty, so to speak. So again with escalation, invalidation, negative interpretation, that's where people use blame shifting. They might try and project or transfer the problem onto you or me. Denial, and we already talked about name calling. So responding to conflict, these negative responses often indicate 1 or 3 underlying scenarios. First, past hurts can leave a person emotionally insecure and unable to handle criticism. Second, a perfectionist sets such a high standards that he can never live up to his own, that it's hard to acknowledge mistakes. Finally, pride makes it hard for someone to admit when they're wrong and to ask for forgiveness. So kind of interesting to see And this is just the beginning of a three-part series on conflict resolution. So I know that's a lot to chew on. Again, in the beginning we read Matthew 18:15 to 17. Let me also encourage you to take a look at Matthew 7:1 through 6. Again, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. Thank you.